The last place I wanted to be was Frostnipistan.
This one's wife. You will never see them again. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. Now, before you all start cheering and cracking open the champagne and think, oh, tremendous news. HG, have you launched a special mission to ensure that this one's wife and the Prince of Pink Pancakes have had black bags popped over their head, have been trussed up and have been removed and taken to a secure facility whereby we will never ever have to hear about them again? Well, no, it's not the news that you've been waiting for. It isn't in relation to the gruesome twosome. But who is it in relation to? Well, Scarlett O'Toole, writing in the Mirror, explains, Prince Harry and this one's wife are making sure to keep their children out of the spotlight, with one expert suggesting fans won't see the kids again. The couple have been open about their own lives, with the Duke of Sussex penning his tell-all memoir, Spare, and the pair coming together for their Bombshell Netflix docuseries. However, Harry and this one's wife have released very little information about Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet. In fact, the Sussexes decided against publicly celebrating Father's Day on Sunday. See Parts Passim for an explanation about that. Royal commentator Jack Royston, for it is he, suggested this shows the couple might be entering a new era of privacy. The Privacy World Tour continues, does it? New leg approaching. It's interesting that we didn't get any Father's Day content from Harry and this one's wife. I think they really have hit a new era of definitely wanting to keep their children in private, he told Newsweek. Well, there will be plenty of people that would immediately state that the reason that nothing is shared is because the children don't actually exist. With each passing month, and there is no appearance from either Lilibet or Archie, it does start to lend credence to those that suggest the children simply do not exist. If they did, where are they? There'll be some who will say, well, they're children, and therefore they should be kept private. There is force in that argument. But what must not be lost sight of is the fact that they carry royal titles. And with that, there is a degree of obligation for them to be seen. You see, if you court those titles, the trade-off is, even if you're not working members of the royal family, that there is a degree of accountability that ought to occur by way of being seen. If you want total privacy, if you want to be a completely private citizen, then the answer is renounce the titles and live as such. And then there could be no claim upon you to say, well, we actually have a degree of ownership over you by virtue of your royal titles. We all know that this one's wife was desperate for the children to have titles, because as the little mirrors of her, she would then be able to triangulate, utilizing that information. She, of course, failed to appreciate that they wouldn't be afforded titles straight away, and to her deluded narcissism sought to spin that into a racist act, once again demonstrating the bitter nature of this woman and the fact that she's a bit stupid because she didn't understand that there were legitimate reasons why they were not given titles on birth. Nevertheless, the children still do not appear. And it is interesting, of course, that why isn't there a campaign of hashtag where's Lilibet, hashtag where's Archie by the Sugars, given that they expressed such concern about the whereabouts of the Princess of Wales? Shouldn't they also be expressing concern about the offspring of their favoured one? Shouldn't they be spending their time querying where these royal children are and wondering why their idol never ever shows them? That they're not presented in any way, that there was silence on Father's Day? I have explained previously that the reason for this silence is nothing about protecting the children and everything to do with the fact that, one, this one's wife would struggle to control them in a public setting because she has no maternal instincts and has so little to do with them, and two, she cannot stand to be usurped in the fame stakes by her children, because there would be so much attention on them, particularly since they aren't seen particularly often, that given that attention would be on them and not her, it would ignite her fury, and her facade management just might struggle to keep it contained. Royston explains that Harry and this one's wife have shared a few pictures of their children with fans, but the content has been limited. He added, "We've had nothing this year of Lilibet, and we've had nothing for Father's Day, and it does feel like now they've hit a point where perhaps we won't see the kids again." This one's wife recently gave a rare insight into Lilibet's children during her and Harry's trip to Nigeria. During a visit to the Lightway Academy in Abuja, the Sussexes chatted with pupils from the Academy's kindergarten class who performed a song and dance for the couple. "Is singing and dancing your favourite class?" Harry asked the children as he chewed on a crayon, with this one's wife adding, "That's Lily's favourite class. Maybe it's all the jumping around." And that wasn't the only comment this one's wife made about her daughter. During a chat about mental health, she said, "We all have our story, and there's no shame in any single one of your stories. Even on the hardest day or darkest days, everything is a pillar of your strength by each of you being there. Your teachers see that in you, and we see that in you. And interestingly, so our daughter, Lily, she's much, much tinier than you guys. She's about to turn 3. And a few weeks ago, she looked at me, and she would just see the reflection in my eyes. And she said, 'Mama, I see me in you.' Oh, now she was talking really literally, but I hung on to those words in a very different way. And I thought, yes, I do see me in you, and you see me in you, but as I look around the room, I see myself in all of you as well." Revision of history and word salad, and utter nonsense being spouted by the Duchess of Delusion, flapping her gums once again. But she will naturally triangulate people with her daughter for the purposes of drawing fuel and controlling them and making herself look good, by managing that facade to suggest that she is a kind and loving mother. And yet, here we have even Jack Royston, who is usually fairly pro-Sussex, suggesting that the children might not ever be seen again. Do you think they won't be seen again, or do you disagree? Do you think that there will be some grand reveal at some juncture, or do you think that's it? Do you think that they won't be seen again because they don't exist? Or do you think that they won't be seen because this one's wife can't stand to be overshadowed by them? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I'm HG Tudor. Thank you for listening.